Brandon here from David vs. Goliath BJJ. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my top 5 techniques every little guy needs in their arsenal when facing a BJJ giant. So if you guys want to learn, then keep on watching. And be sure to stick around to the end of the video, you guys, as I share one bonus technique that's going to really help out your game. Alright guys, so the first technique that every BJJ giant slayer needs to have in their arsenal, in my opinion, is a Chinstrap Guillotine. Okay, so the way I typically like to set this up is I'll get a collar tie on Tim with my left hand. And my right hand is typically the hand that I like to guillotine with. This is my dominant hand. I'm going to kick out his knee, force Tim's base, right, to come lower into my guillotine here. A lot of times when you do that, when you go to kick out the knee, it forces guys to post their hand on the mat to avoid face planting. Okay, so I'm here. Okay, I get Tim off balance and I feed, just like a football, you guys. I'm going to feed Tim's hand, okay, right into my Chinstrap Guillotine. Okay, so I call this a Chinstrap Guillotine opposed to a regular guillotine where you make a fist. Right, you shoot that arm all the way through and across his neck. Okay, I'm just looking to cup Tim's chin here, right, kind of tuck it like a football. Okay, so from here, a lot of times, a lot of people like to fall back for this technique to finish by pulling guard or some sort of half guard or butterfly guard. All right, for me, if I can get Tim in this position, a lot of times, I'll post my hand on the mat. Once I have his chin strap, I'm going to tuck my knees behind me. Instead of going to your typical guillotine where you put the head inside of your armpit, a lot of times I'll just keep Tim's head right in the center of my chest, here. Okay, so to finish this guillotine, all I'm going to do is I'm going to double up with my other hand. Okay, so my handwork is like this. My right hand is on his chin, it's like a chin strap, like a football helmet. Okay, and my second hand just doubling up here. Okay, now to finish, I'm going to squeeze my elbows, I'm going to rotate my hands inward, and I'm going to use the pressure of my chest to help me finish the choke. Okay, so once I have Tim in here, again, not your typical guillotine where you pass the head to the outside and you risk being on the bottom position. You can actually finish this guillotine from on top or more of a kneeling position here. Okay, so once I get him here, doubling up on my second hand, you guys can see I'm using my elbows right here just to box Tim's head in to keep it right in the center of my chest. Okay, once I do so, again, I'm rolling my hands in, okay, as I connect my elbows and sprawl my chest here. It might not look like a lot, you guys, but this is a really effective style of guillotine, and I don't have to sacrifice being on the bottom position for it. Alright guys, that leads me to the second move every BJJ giant slayer needs in his arsenal, and that's a knee belly switch. So a lot of times when you pass the guard, you get into a side control position here. Alright, guys want to lock on to a big guy. Alright, the danger in doing this is as I lock on to Tim, if Tim moves his body, if he goes to roll me off, I'm attached to him. Okay, so a lot of times when I'm playing big guys, I like to learn how to float. Right? I don't want to always stay super connected to them because as they move, I'm going to end up moving. Okay, so a lot of times I'll abandon that and I'll come up to the knee belly. Okay, so let's say I'm in side control here. I feel Tim trying to roll me off. Okay, I just learn how to float. Okay, so I get from knee belly here. Sometimes Tim will turn into me. Okay, and I'll hit a knee belly switch here. I'm always trying to avoid the power zone. Okay, if Tim's facing that way, his guard's facing that way, his power's facing that way. If he starts to turn into me, again, I can switch sides. Okay, and stay away from Tim's power zone. Alright guys, that leads me to the third technique every BJJ giant slayer needs to know, and that's a strong north-south choke. Okay, so a lot of times I'll set this up from knee belly. Okay, as Tim turns into me or he lifts his head off the ground, okay, I'll look to drop into a north-south choke. Okay, from here, right, it's my whole body against Tim's neck. Okay, so a lot of times when we talk about attacking arm bars or kimuras, or more joint lock type of submissions against big guys can power out of that sometimes. Okay, not all big guys are going to tap, alright, or get their arm all the way extended or cranked. And so for me personally, if I have a choice of attacking limbs versus attacking necks against a big guy, I'm going to always go for his neck. Big strong guys might resist joint locks, alright, but everybody is susceptible to chokes. And so having a really strong north-south choke is ultra important when it comes to facing really big guys. Alright guys, so again, one of the ways I like to set this up is from the knee and belly or side control position. I'll pop up. Right, as I put my knee here, a common reaction is for the bottom person to lift their head. That gives me an opportunity to wrap the head, sink back, and finish the choke. I hope you guys are digging the video so far. If you guys are, be sure to give that like button a slap and a fist bump, and we'll keep things rolling. Alright guys, and that leads me to the fourth move every BJJ giant slayer needs in his arsenal, and that's a really strong arm drag. And when facing big guys, a lot of big guys are going to want to attack your feet. Okay, so if I'm in a butterfly guard position here, I always want to make sure I tuck my feet in, okay, and I use my hands out in front of my feet to defend my feet. So if Tim tries to grab me, Okay, I can hand fight here. Alright, but let's say he grabs my ankles. Okay, I have to know how to stop that. Okay, so I counter this with an arm drag. Arm drags are a great opportunity not only to preserve your guard, but to use this as an opportunity to take your partner's back. Okay, so I'm going to grab his wrist right here, reaching through above the elbow. Okay, I'm going to kick off Tim's grip. Okay, by just kicking forward, this is a really strong motion here. Okay, I'm going to look to tuck Tim's wrist underneath my leg. Okay, as I do a big butt scoot around him, the shoulder is going to collapse here. I come up and I take the back. Alright guys, the fifth technique is from the back mount, and this is going to be a Gable Grip rear naked choke. Alright guys, for demonstration purposes, I'm not going to be doing this technique with my hooks in, okay, but same rules apply. Okay, so as I'm going for the choke here, Tim goes to peel the hand off, I go palm up, I tuck my elbow behind his back. This gives me an incredible amount of leverage. Okay, I drop my ear close, and I can still finish the choke here. So the Gable Grip, you guys, is no thumbs. I'm going to connect all my fingers here. And pat and kick them on top of each other here. Okay, so again, I'm going for rear naked. I feel Tim pulling it off. Okay, as he goes to hand fight and pull my grip off, I transition immediately to a Gable Grip rear naked choke. Alright guys, and as a bonus, as promised, if you guys ever end up in this position where you're behind a big guy and you have the opportunity to choke him, okay, maybe your hooks aren't in, a really good option is to put your knee right in the middle of his spine. Okay, I know this might be a dick move, alright, but this is really effective against big guys because this forces them to kind of flare their shoulders back, or open up their neck a little bit. Okay, so if I'm here and I'm having a hard time choking him, again, I can go to my Gable Grip, and if I want to make it a little nastier, okay, I go to this jack stand position where my knee comes up in the middle of his back, and I can finish here. Alright guys, there you have it, 5 techniques every BJJ Giant Slayer needs in his arsenal. If you guys liked today's video, again, be sure to give that like button a slap and a fist bump. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys stay in the loop choke and you don't miss out on weekly videos. Thanks for watching guys, and remember, victory always tastes better when you're the underdog. We'll see you in the next video guys.